Halo, selamat siang. Good day everyone, my name is Greg again. We back again to Final Fantasy 14 with Grace Noid, my favorite character. Kemarin sempet tengah malam, subuh lanjut MSQ, nah di stream, off stream. Karena capek banget sih, kayak ada pengen leha-leha, pengen rebahan aja, enjoy cutscene. Aduh, gila. Tapi worth it banget, gila. Cut banyak yang bagus. Final Fantasi mulu, ya iyalah Final Fantasi lah, bagus banget lah, gila, nggak ada obatnya Final Fantasi. Storynya luar biasa. Halo ambiarlah, selamat datang. Kacau Final Fantasi gamenya, aduh gila. Udah gimana kalau dibilang ya? The Witcher 3 menang apa? The Game of the Year. Harusnya ini juga menang nih, lebih bagus walaupun game lain dong bang. Nanti kalau udah kelar nih, udah kelar story-nya Final Fantasy, mau ada berapa game yang mau dimainin sih. Tapi emang kayak konten gue isinya Final Fantasy mulu. Emang rencananya aduh kelipan Final Fantasy sih. Emang game lain yang asik yang apa lagi nih? Lah nggak ada lagi yang menurut saya asik selain Final Fantasy. Aduh. Lanjut. The sky over Bagaimana blaze, but it's even on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, the fellow Silent arrived ahead of you. Mic-nya mana anjir? Jatuh mic-nya. Naik debu. We cut the customary greeting short after we received word from our troops of the Magna Glacis that the foreign airship had landed. It was then the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friend at once to ensure the refugee come to no harm. I would have you to join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Yup. Ayo, pada malam dah. Salam dari Jakarta bang. Salam dari Jakarta, sama-sama Jakarta. Gimana? Sehat? Liburan nih kita nih. Libur Natal tahun baru, libur panjang.
No. We were promised an escape. Not to say no, fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How? Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
Asik.
I can handle this pair. You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
Let's go Alpinaut, let's go Estinian.
As you wish, my little lord.
Asik. Main jadi Alpinaut.
Our commander needs attention. See to the wounded. Help is at hand.
Oh. Hadir Bang Lutfi, selamat datang Bang. Gila. Nih, gua mati berapa kali di sini nih. No more. Kemarin malam lebih epic lagi. Gua nggak nge-stream sih. Salah. Dot dulu. Salah pencet. Ganti very easy aja, Bang. Salah. Iya, tadinya mau gitu, cuma
Easy now. Deep
nggak ada
breaths.
kan tadi semalam doang, semalam kalah, habis itu udah capek banget. Apalagi waktu gue paksain semalam gara-gara pengen dungeon pertama kan, dungeon level 87 itu kan kacau sih story-nya, cutscene-nya setelahnya parah. Kayak kenapa bisa lupa siapa? MXX sama siapa? Temennya kita tuh. Yang kita ketemu di Amalrot itu juga. Oh man. Seperti menyayat hari yang Bang ending please. Waduh jangan. Ini Yoko Taro yang bikin, jangan-jangan di tweet saya ini. Gue mau healing. Freak. Hati ya. Bener-bener hati di LPC. Iya bener. Aduh, kenapa begininya pula? Kok sakit? Gue malah seneng karena karakter gue cewek kan. Jadi menurut gue ya kayak reinkarnasi Heidelin ya kita gitu. Aduh, anak orang mati. Gila, anak orang mau mati loh. panjang nggak ya? Habis ini ke 90 apa? Pokoknya hari ini kelar deh.
Help! Someone please!
What?
Wah, ada lagi.
Don't. I don't want to die.
Asik.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Asik.
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid. For once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Asik.
Of that I've no doubt.
Bapaknya cengong.
Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Oh, kok apa-apa lagi? Wih, di.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate.
Asik
To be
Alise.
devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Asik.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices.
Jadi siapa nih?
Let's go!
Alise. Aduh, RDM lagi, gue males banget jadi RDM. Jadi red match. Let's go. Gue lupa lagi skill. Oh. Oh my man! And this monster is from... Ouch! Ah, mama. Oh, mama mia. Aduh, kena. Ngapain?
I'm not done yet.
Gue yang ngeteng sih.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
Ini gue pakai nggak ya LB limit breaknya?
On guard.
Oke, nice. Nice.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Oh, ini kah? Waduh. Oh, yang di trailer. Oh, I see. Paladin. Gua dong Paladin ya.
Get out of here! Quickly!
Gua ada.
I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
Lo Igrahati ya jadinya. Bukan kita anjir. Gokil.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Asik. Jangan pelan woy, lagi berantem jangan pelan ya. Anjing lagunya.
I can look after myself, you know.
Lu Asik.
Everything's in order, I trust.
Asik.
Come on!
Waduh. Apa itu jatuh? Iya. Sih. Woi, asik banget, gila. Seru. Hey boss, eat this. Wah, gokil. Asik. Asik.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated, but will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan, please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems there's a new destination.
The people of Radzathan have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Siapa? Wih, Zenos! Zenos!
Xenos! Here!
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust.
This cat girl? Bloodlust? Wrong, man.
So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death.
Udah jalan kuy, elang
The
ngobrol.
Elsians tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did. For what?
For nothing in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Ulysses, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends. Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos!
Dipanggil.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
The hell is going on in this man, man?
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlian. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Euless, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be off to your seat on the forum next.
Asik. Asik. Gila, gokil, gokil, gokil. Gokil. Gokil pakai kill apa ya? Was this Zeno standing there and carrying unbefriended gods? I don't know what. That is Bluetooth of the first thing that comes to my mind, but looking back at it, stand by those words. I'll say I won in Sitkin. Who the feeling? But to be honest, I don't even remember what I said. Anyway, you know, but all that, it's good to see you again. Nice. Toilet. Gila. Crazy. It's getting crazy. Oh my god. I'm back. Salah. Tapi kayaknya cover text-nya ganti ya, yang keren dit. Lucia is taking stock of the present situation. Voice please. Oh enggak.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
Oh.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
Oh man, the music, oh god. Setting up the mood, man. Oh, that babe.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
Ding, ding, ding.
It is nothing so onerous.
ding. Oh shit.
I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. You I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does.
So,
You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
oh man, Final Fantasy XIV, Endwalker, climax after climax. Apa tuh?
Did you hear something just now?
Oh man, what is that? The hell is that? Nggak pernah dimari.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Puding gue kenapa dimari? La 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 la. Oh jeez.
Dawn may banish even the darkest.
Nanti pergi anjing ini.
This bitter climb.
Tuh kan.
And comfort.
Climax.
Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Atheris. Ranjay made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
Lucu.
But it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
Ya ampun, kenapa harus gini sih?
Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue twiddling twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Help us help you. Yeah.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Itu Riannya kedinginan, eh! Cepat! Masih puding masih.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart. For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you report the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Urianger, we back again. I did say master portion out was not was as non-plus as we learned the identity of Heidelin donor custodian. As he will soon discover there much more to offer at the Forum. But I suggest we return to the annex forthwith. We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventure very similar to the roster. Oh, sightseeing. All right. Thank you. Mana jalan nih? Teleport aja. Alas, it's no more. Ya, pakai voice kayak. No, that I'm complaining, Ranger, but I was expecting you to see you quite as soon. No idea. In exhaling the virtue of Atheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporis a desire to avert our beloved star demise. Kryl tell us that we have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing effort, and used to share regarding our study in Atheris Sea, but your findings are certain to be a greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revelation did Hydaelyn Elpis flower lead? There's a lot of things. And this dynamism is what drives the final days. It is and Akasha are the one that is the same. This is all about the proof, Nidhana theory. We are an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast dormant reservoir into raging river. Its power might surpass even that of Aether. But if our star is to replete with Aether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to efficiently manipulate the dynamism of the great expanse. Meteon, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilization that she has been harboring for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteon. You make it sound so simple, but you are not wrong. Find this Meteon and we deliver the word from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteon escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Fenat, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magic are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Fenat you met in Alpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, to her instinctive quality and as an all-powerful being, I wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share the knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Athens, not to say. Do you suppose she has abandoned your pursuit of Meteon? That's my impression too. Otherwise, she would have used me as a conduit of her will, or provide clue as of Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind answer to Hermes' question. So what the second condition? We must find means to reach Meteon. Naturally, our choose method will depend entirely upon whatsoever she has matter and as. Then commoning with Hydaelyn must be the necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Do we enlist the help of Otherfall and other Echo-Blast allies? We could not detect so much as a weakness from Hydaelyn, even from within the empty tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in years since abandoning it, the forum has found some other method of receiving instruction from Hydaelyn. If so, it will be most likely be some from apparatus for earth-shipping the Iteran Sea, built closer to home. Masuk. Sorry to interrupt, we have received word from the forum. Your presence is required in the roster, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then the father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. What are you? The forum is in session. Access the roster is closed for visitor. But I'm Christian Noy from Zion. A sign of the Seventh Dawn. Very well. You may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will be permitted to be one condition to leave your armor at the door. Let's forget the sacred institution hold rational discourse in the highest. The imposition of war are explicitly forbidden. Pim 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 pim. Whip, 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 whip.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Bapak! Bapak, deh. Asik Estinian. Belakang mulu.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well.
Asik.
As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Charlian has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Charlian citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
Nope.
As many as we can.
Oh.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct.
Asik.
This arc, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Sorry about letting the rest of you in my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both means to communing with Highland and reaching Meteor, in spur of the moment I saw enveloping concept with the completion of the arc and try to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the afterburner. I like to think this is not challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle associate. It might behooves us to learn how the afterburner actually works before we tend to improve it though. Kalian kan full. Horse not able to maintain stiff upper lips. This being shortly tested. Oh, I shall take you to see the other owner. Meet me outside of the arc, Kalian. I trust you can make it clear when there. Almost on the end. Let's go. Our destination lies in tower level. The forum in wisdom has granted you access to the ancient lift. Step inside and have all pin take you to medial circuit. I've sent your associate ahead to Logisticon Alpha on other side of the Maryland Agronomic. Actually, there is something I have been meaning to. No, never mind. It can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. Ethernet quest. Is there any Ethernet quest? I don't think so. I think we got it all. I don't know. Finally, we're back again to this cursed place. Oh my god, why is it so long? Hey, this place! Let's see how the grapes. Let us see. Goodbye, Polygon Grape. Goodbye. No more Polygon Grape. Ah, this huge place. Oh, please. Bener nggak sih? Oh iya bener. Assalamualaikum. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, ada orang. We were to wait here while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here, being a Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric condition of laboratories were regular. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, simulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know much about it? Why, father brought me here as a child. What? And left me behind? Actually, you are the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I've been asking father how clothes are made. He decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. Wow! This is all too easy to take for granted. The money interweaving aspect of the natural world to grow inured to the wonders. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanism employed by the laboratory in recreating a similar environment, I have to come to view such a process in a new light. The subterranean garden of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient zodiac, the habitants built for all mankind, near the moon's surface. It's unique yet undeniably similar. This no mere coincidence. Oh. Ever since Headland unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Hatteras, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation to the great exodus. But that is not all. Oh, makes sense. He's also testing guard for the technologies that will allow us to settle on the distant star. Though the laboratories have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive while it is all barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I have arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there most of our preparations for the great exodus are carried out. The construction of the ark among them. Oh. Though our plans made the public access remain highly restricted, you, however, will not be subject to said restriction, and will have free rein to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust, your trust. Let us proceed. Wow. Oh, gitu. The outer burner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the works is Kokoi dan Koi. Once a necessary introduction has been made, I shall leave you with the high to discuss the particular this way. Aneh bener. Okay. Where are we going? This? Koi. Aduh.
I could swap around. No, been there, done that.
Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalaman's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the northern empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
Oh shit.
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
Let's buy some food.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
Asik. Bisa-bisanya lempar gitu. Gaya dulu.
What's all this? Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Asik, gila.
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primer. Buy a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Oh man, this is so cool.
His explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
In times like this, we are reminded for our famous and our infamous Alvinot has become, who has been thought he could achieve so much with a single link per conversation. As we expect rather a lot of visitors in the near future as this returns to the surface and from the relevant parties. Also, I have a contact in my own that might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. And that knowledge I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Waduh, diudah kenapa pulanya ini?
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and brass blades for support as you must.
Toilet. Back.
Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Alagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it.
Asik. Lolorito, my man.
The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together.
Asik.
It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Godspeed. Meanwhile in asik. Kacau, gila. Sick.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Asik.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
Asik.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our artificiency is so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come. Let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
it'll be for nothing. I promise you, Papa Limo.
Papa Limo! Ah, Papa Limo! Papa Limo. Ugh. No, that name. Discard. Cortas, okay, nice.
There you are. We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already...
Asik.
Dragon's roar!
Permisi.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that?
Yo, my man.
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
What the hell is that? Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Though our friends are searching for the divine adamantus and search of relic, we will only know if they meet our requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there any out else we might do with service? Ah, you already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use some who knows things or two about elegant technology. You there, the lad with the red eyes, and matching. You seems to know more than average scholar. Ah, if only Master Kokoin knew how right he was. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with preparation for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our agreement. But I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must ready for every eventuality. This would also be opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistic and traversing the great expense. And if nothing else, it beats spending our time while we wait for the adamantine. Nice job, bro. Kokoi dankoi. Well, ain't you bunch of helpful bugger? If you have mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Sharian Hamlet is Lucy with research and scholarly type, buzzing themselves with preparing for Exodus. Bah! That's lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Parimpam. Dum dee dum. Song of Hope. Coba. Aha! There you are. Alize! From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll be benefit from some that fresh inspiration scholar Montes mentioned. Let's start by asking around, really without getting anyone away. Shh, let's make the other right ones. I'll rock that. Charlotte hosting, let's go! Song of Hope, see and sing too. Apa tuh? Offering to help, that's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the equipment by myself. It was a list of the things we need once we're on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as a new home. My attitude is large concern about maintenance and operating condition, so I'll be a lot busier at the depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our effort. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person. I've been having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfect honest, I have not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they are not enormous looming giant. Why? I would prefer something small and fluffy, like the beheaded rabbit that ran away by. That's the one, our friend there. Steady. Helping with Arc, even with all the power Master Kokoi managed to squeeze out of the afterburner, is still not enough, apparently. And now I hear the final days has arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we began the exodus sooner. People are dying and there will be no end of it. An end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing this moment. Believe me in the plan, and all will be well. Oh, hello. Are you one of the new helpers? Working on the afterburner or there, and things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that open my current duties, checking and loading samples. The day in, day out is tiring, thankless work. Still, no one nil, because if you are to serve your legumes or what have you. The forum is good enough on their plans. That is simply deciding to get to the board, and when. But our people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to master portion. Other help me get a moment's rest. Expect that they even have to some sleep. Ini cuma quest feeling aja. Living way.
Fancy meeting you here, Gracia. Our friend is brought us to see their teeny toy board, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any crazy magic. But real interest is effort itself, though we now find ourselves in sort of funny, underground miniaturized version of it. Were we hoping the forum will give us a guide tour, but it's clear they are rather preoccupied. Honestly, all the time they prepare, they are still not ready. I suppose we just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we're planning to do until we chance upon Orianja and your god self. Since you're both darling about engaging in illicit chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't be that fun?
There are laboratories and expected unit investigation. Witness and notice the books from the Roman Borough. It would be in our best interest to have the lockers acquaintance themselves with this condition, then obtain a very sharp and knowledge. FFXIV project continue to open my limited knowledge with snoring rather than broadening their perspective. My have the art that is suitable to lead this treasure. Lagunya begini tapi yes, that what she rationally persuaded of Indonesia. Chuckles. God must need to build something solar with that charismatic is possibilities to correct Paradise and his most important feature. Hard to see from here, but it's a golden pipe connected to top. Thanks. Ngomong kayak gue pengen denger suara lucunya. Well, if your heart has better down, present with some other metals that are purified and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere.
I'm right, aren't I? And it is brilliant. I just said it will take only a moment to install even the hardest environment for us to operate. That is indeed, securing a reliable source of water is utmost important for any venturing settlement. We have read whenever the people either sometimes take their homes in air places and such holiday. Oh. Sama aja sih. Lapar. Cari makan. Enak ya? More fat and protein.
I am back again. Yuk. Sambil nunggu makanan datang, lanjut lagi. Habis, bye. Serem amat maksudnya. Lu ya. Gila hari ini tamat nggak ya? Amat harusnya sih. DC. DC. Ada. Hampir. Ah, ini side quest lagi anjir, salah. Ya, Ya sekali 3 uang nggak apa-apa. Udah klimaks masih aja. My friend, kenapa lagunya masih lagu minta? This is a very wonderful episode, but it was quite difficult to learn more about knowledge and what where is the food? Amazing ways for me. Though kind of escort of listening to learning, and yes, it sounds very interesting. Hopefully, be able to see firsthand something that delicacy Ranger is telling me about. Cooking away. Crap. Gak poligon lagi. Kayaknya internetnya nge-lag ya. Oh. Di sini makan dulu. Oke, nge-lag banget. Sepertinya jaringan jelek, harus pakai matris, tapi saya nggak mau pakai matris. Tapi sepertinya juga pertanda saya harus makan dulu. Mau makan. Parah nge-lag ya. Delaynya lama. Tuh kan, lama kan? Halo, cooking gue. Nge-lag banget. Nge-lag banget. Sempet ya. Tuh kan DC, alah. Ya udahlah, saya makan sore dulu. Makan siang kali ya, makan siang tertunda. Oke, thank you yang udah mampir. Sampai jumpa berapa jam lagi. Saya mau lanjut lagi, nggak sabar. Udah mau tamat kan ya? Ya udah mau tamat. See you, bye bye.